Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hey everybody, I'm doing a live video review of a new webcam, the HP Elite Autofocus webcam, which has a 3 megapixel CMOS sensor sitting inside, connects by USB, is capable of recording video at 640 by 480 resolution, 30 frames a second, which is quite nice. It's got a handful of other features, including face tracking, as long as you've got the software installed. It's got a digital zoom, and of course that allows you to take up to 12 megapixel still images, which is really like, an image that's 3 megapixels in size and then blown up to 12 megapixels, so it's not that big a deal. For me, with the USB webcam, it's all about the quality, and if you can't see, it's pretty good. The autofocus works without any software installed, and I know because I've been playing with it for a little while, and I took a picture of it just a couple of seconds ago, sitting on top of my monitor, because the stand that comes with it also doubles as a way for you to, mount it on top of a screen. And if you didn't notice that, I could, because I'm sitting right here. I'm recording this video right now using QuickTime, and it actually focused in on this. Even though I was holding it about 4 inches away, that's about as close as you can bring an object, and that webcam will automatically focus on it. I'm not going to say that's amazing macro, but as far as webcams are concerned, that's great. The microphone is built right in there on the front of the webcam. There's also an LED light that tells you whether or not it's connected, recording, etc., etc., etc. And it does a pretty good job. Now, I haven't tweaked the colors at all. It tends to, desaturate the image, which is fine, because otherwise I would show up as like bright red, and this would show up as bright red as well, which wouldn't necessarily be horrible, but likely if I had software installed, or some type of live video tweaking software, I could probably bump up the saturation a bit using video effects. And making that happen in software rather than what it would happen in hardware. And that's the way most webcams are. It's not that big a deal. The big news for this is that it has the autofocus feature, that it does really produce a sharp, crisp image. The microphone does a fantastic job as well. The stand doubles as a way for you to attach it, quote-unquote, attach it, or at least set it on top of the monitor. You can pivot the webcam around and move it around with relative ease, and it holds when you let it go. I'm just reading over the spec sheet, but for me it's less about the spec sheet and more about, well, how well does it work, and it works quite well. So well, in fact, I plugged it right into either Windows XP or into Mac OS X, and it recognized it right away without installing anything. So it had the drivers for it, picked it up without installing the software that it comes with, a variety of ArcSoft titles. And again, that's going to allow you to do things with your webcam in case you didn't know what you could do with the webcam. It's always nice when good software comes bundled with hardware. Do have this connected to the Mac right now. It's not billed as even being compatible with Mac OS X, or at least on the box that I could tell. HP sent it along, and I'm very grateful that they did, because I'm addicted to USB devices, as many of you know. It's kind of it's an unhealthy addiction, I have to say, and it tends to damage my pocketbook more than anything, so I'm always grateful when I get review units. I'm not going to want to send this one back because it is a good webcam. Before this one, of course, I was using the Xbox 360 webcam, which also works as a webcam in either Windows or Mac OS X. Now, I'm noticing the frames per second on here. I've got a live video preview of what I'm recording here through QuickTime. It is dropping some amount of frames. There's a little bit of blur. It could be because of the amount of light in here, or it could be because I don't have software that's allowing me to tweak the resolution at which this is recording at. But it is, as far as I can see, one of the better webcams that I have seen in terms of the output that it produces, so long as you have ample light. And that's probably the biggest tip that I'd have for any kind of person out there who has a webcam for video recording. The more light you have, the better. And I've done my best to produce something that didn't have dirty laundry in the background. I just pulled up the chat room names so that it wasn't completely, boring and me just talking into the webcam. The HP Elite Autofocus webcam is currently available. I'd be interested in knowing what you guys are using in terms of webcams connected to your machines, what you guys look for in a webcam, and I know different people look for different things. For me, I appreciate either having a focus ring or the ability for the webcam to focus in on something completely on its own. And let me tell you, having an autofocus webcam that actually works, it's totally, way better than not having hardware that works. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. You can find me pretty much 24 hours a day, sometimes cursing at my hardware and sometimes software, because I'm a geek. I love playing with this stuff, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You never really know what's going to happen. In fact, recently I've been having quite a few issues, and people have been commenting on the things that I've been doing and saying. These people behind me, if that's not in focus. It's the chat room that is being done in conjunction with that camera. That's the camera that does the live video stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. Will you later.